Alright.
What are you doing?
Guess what month it is?
It's Christine's birthday month.
It's Christine's birthday month! Wow, I'm excited. I am so excited. Aren't you excited?
I'm happy that you've made it to this point in life.
What?
I'm happy you're still living, but I'm not happy about my bank account.
I feel like we have switched roles where you are now the straight man and I am now the goofy doofy right now.
I've always been Jim. I don't know how else to say this.
I don't want to bring this up again.
It is clear to me every day that I am Jim. Yes, I may be wearing glasses today, but that does not make me Dwight. And cue the intro.
Down below, I'm going to leave a little comment. You guys can reply to that comment and say who you think we are.
I am clearly Jim. Okay, of the two options. Now, I know that if you did the whole cast of The Office, I'm not going to be Jim. I know that. But if we have to choose between the two, I'm Daryl. If you had to cast me in The Office, I would be the female Daryl. Daryl shut.
You afraid?
I'm not afraid. I just want people to make it clear
You afraid
that
that
I'm
you're
Jim.
going to be Dwight?
I'm not Dwight. I'm not Dwight. I know that for a fact. I wouldn't hate if I was. But it's just obvious to me that I am Jim. And I see what you're doing. I see that you're trying to do the straight look into the camera like Jim would do as Dwight goes on his tangents about, waxing poetic about things and how they should be. But I'm telling y'all.
I'm letting you talk. That's
All right.
strictly what I'm doing.
Okay. Anyway, hello, it's Christine's birthday month. It's also Pride month. And we should cue our intro.
Bum bum da 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 bum bum da.
Hey guys!
Howdy.
What's up? My name's Christine.
I'm Mo.
And today we are going to be talking about our June TBR. Now, Monique is not excited for June, okay? But I am! I am very excited for my birthday. I'm very excited for all the things that we have going on because we are not only celebrating my birthday, but we're also celebrating Pride Month. And we've got Reader Dare coming up at the end of the month. So we're going to be doing a lot. You guys, if you were with us last year, you know that we were doing the Studio Ghibli readathon last year, which was a whole monster of a readathon. But this year we're keeping it simple. We're doing a fun Pride themed readathon on Instagram. It is a simple bingo board, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Besides Reader Dare, which will be chaos and destruction.
You gotta have a balance to things. Yin and yang,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about balance. It's about drive. It's about passion. We stay hungry.
There we go.
We devour.
I was like, I don't even know that song.
Take what's ours.
Right.
But yeah, so Christine has created a really nice bingo board.
You guys know we couldn't do this without a fun little boardy too
on the screen.
Yes.
Me being me, I'm just gonna go for one row, maybe sprinkle in a couple of others, because I know that I don't read as much as my counterpart here. But Christine, she's gonna try and go for the glory, which is you're not.
No. Well, my plans are gonna be to read a select few books, possibly, and then mood read the rest of the month. I have a loose plan for mine. I don't think I'm gonna black out the board because I don't think I'll have enough time, but there are a lot of books that I do want to get to this month. And you say you're just doing one row?
So I'll be doing the second row column. I guess it's called a column. And
going down?
Yeah, so obviously gotta support the group, support the Pride Readathon on social media.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Yeah.
I will say that we did include a lot of fun, alt things besides reading in this bingo board that you can do to celebrate Pride.
And then going down, I'm going to be reading Bitter, which I have been trying to read for the past 2 months. It's finally going to be read. Bitter is pretty much the prequel to Pep. I don't really know much about it, but I know it's going to be focused more on the mom character, like that childhood experience. So I'm excited. I really am going in blind. So if you guys really love Pet, I say check out Bitter. It came out this year.
Rachel just said she finished it and she didn't like it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, I think someone else said they really liked it. So
We'll see.
yeah.
I
will
think
tell
prequels
y'all.
are like that, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes they can be good and sometimes they can be not what you were looking for. It just depends on
I have a
the
feeling I'm gonna like it more, but we'll see.
So I'm actually going to be reading for that prompt as well. I've got this book called This Is Our Rainbow, which is by a ton of different like authors. It's a middle grade book. It also is going to be completing the prompt for rainbow on the cover. And I really honestly don't know too much about it other than it's just going to be a bunch of different queer stories, which I'm excited about. I picked it up because it looked cute and I think it's going to be good. So yeah.
I like a good, illustrated cover.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it has like written stories and then it also has like some graphic novel elements in it. So I think it's gonna be fun. So that will be the one that I'll be reading for the middle grade / rainbow on the cover.
And next I'll be reading A Queer Age Gap, which I found through, not I would say an extensive search, but something that piqued my interest was a book called Red Files by Lee Winter. It follows 2 female reporters. One is like a political news correspondent that kind of fell off, had like an embarrassing thing happen to her, and another is like really popular, famous reporter, and they are rivals. They are arch enemies, and they somehow stumble upon a case where they end up having to work together and then slowly fall in love. So I'm looking forward to it. I love a thriller that is a romance, aka Verity. So I am looking forward to reading this one, and we will see if I like it.
Yeah, and I did want to mention too, if you guys are struggling with suggestions for these prompts, we do have a whole entire Google Doc available down below. If you guys want to check that out, we've got books for each of the prompts. I think the only one we don't have one is the book with a main character who's sexually different than you. And that's just because you would have to, decide that for yourself. But yeah, just quick little segue into that. The age gap that I'm going to be reading, because I'm just going to follow Monique's lead here. I'm going to be reading Everything for You by Chloe Leese. You guys know that Chloe Leese is one of my favorite authors. And this is actually her new release. So this is going to be also fulfilling the prompt of the new release for 2022. So basically, one of the Bergman brothers, he joins the team and has kind of like hate enemies relationship with the current captain of the soccer team, but obviously he's a really good soccer player, so he comes in and he ends up being the captain as well. They obviously have a difference in age, and it may be an enemies to lovers love story.
Wow, we're reading the same book.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Anyway, I love Chloe Leese. You guys know I already said it, so I know this book is gonna be good. I cannot wait. This might be the first one I pick up, honestly.
A nice slow burn.
Anyway,
to lovers. Who doesn't want it?
So that's obviously going to be enemies to lovers.
The soccer players are just
chef's kiss. And Chloe Leese has a way of mixing in sports with her books that is just very satisfying to me. I love it, So yeah, obviously I'm going to be doubling up on the board. You guys will see that as we go through my book picks. But yeah, that is also going to be my new release 2022 book as well.
All right, so I just realized that this book actually came out in 2013, but there is a new edition coming out June 7th that I kind of get my hands on. And the book is called Nevada by Imogen Benny or Beanie. Benny? I would say Benny, right?
Yeah, like Benny.
Yeah, Imogen Benny. And it follows a bookstore clerk. She gets dumped and decides to change her life and just go out west and do a solo trip. And it really kind of tackles, I think, body dysmorphia and the trans woman experience with, their bodies and how they feel about things, how they're just living. So I'm excited. I like books that kind of, explain an experience. So I'm looking forward to this. I've never read it. It says a newly reissued dark comedy of dysmorphia. So there you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. But then the next book that I want to get to is, this is a oldie but a goodie, everybody. All right, Cemetery Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Cemetery Boys. So this is going to go for the trans main character prompt. Essentially, what happens is There is a young man who is not accepted by his family as being a bruja. I've heard a lot of good things about Cemetery Boys. I'm really excited, and I have heard that there may be kind of like a star-crossed lover situation because someone may be dead already. So summoning ghosts and spirits and things like that. I'm not really sure, but I am very, very excited because a lot of people have hyped up this book and said it's so good. And I'm like, why haven't I gotten there yet? Why haven't I read it?
Yeah.
Now's the time. So anyway, that's going to be the next book that I'm going to get to next month. And then following up on that, you guys are going to notice that my books are pretty much all over the board. I'm just going to plug them in like wherever they go. And then, like I said, mood read at the end of the month. But the next book that I'm going to get to is called A Quick and Easy Guide to Queer and Trans Identities. I just picked this up when I went to the Ripped Bodice recently. And it is basically just a graphic novel. And I'm assuming it's going to be explaining essential topics like sexuality and identity and things like that. I'm really excited to get into this because I know that there is a lot that I don't know. And honestly, the colors are giving everything. They're giving everything that I want. Everything that I want. I don't know. It just looks really cute. So I'm gonna read this, learn a little bit. And I believe it's gonna be the queer graphic novel. I think that's what I'm gonna use it for. But I think it also can count as a queer non-romance as well. Because even though it's talking about sexuality and gender identity, it's not following, you know, a romance. It's just
A book.
a book. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I think I'm going to be reading this one for. And I'm really, really excited to get into it.
All right, and so for the queer POC read, I'm going to pick up, I've heard a lot about this book. I'm going to be picking up The Weekend by Jane Eaton Hamilton. It pretty much follows these two couples that go on a weekend trip. Just go to like a cabin somewhere in Ontario. And they're two different couples, and it's just kind of like things that happen there. It's like a modern romance. So I think there will be some steamy scenes for sure.
You love a little travel trope.
Yep, and definitely I feel like a lot of emotional unpacking with a lot of things. So I'm ready for some drama.
Okay, and then this one, Jan is going to be shaking in her boots. But I'm finally getting to Dowry of Blood. This is actually a borrow from Stephanie Bookish. I mean, what more can we say? We're going to be talking about vampires. We're going to be talking about polyamory, you know what I mean? And we're going to be unpacking I'm thinking some mental / maybe, you know, other kinds of abuse. I'm not sure. But obviously this follows Dracula's love story and his kind of like brides and getting really into the mindset of those women and what it was like to be Dracula's bride. And also it's a very short book, so I'm excited to see how this story comes together in such a short amount of time and why people are obsessed with it. That one's next. And that's obviously going to be for the polyamory rep.
Cool. To close out mine there's a couple, but I might read, if I get my hands on it, I might start the queer graphic novel Manly Appetites. And you're wondering, how did I find this? It's literally because I'm obsessed with Sweat and Soap that I have now come to this new graphic novel, which deals with this guy likes to feed his coworker. And so that's a whole nother type of fetish that I have never experienced. So I'm like,
so funny.
You know, Sweat and Soap got me here to this point. I might be able to appreciate this. So I am looking forward to reading it. It looks so cute on the cover. I like a little slice of life manga, if you know what I mean.
It's a male romance.
It's a male romance. And I think I'm hoping it deals with some body positivity. We'll see. I might not like it at all. So I'm going to give it a chance because the cover looks so cute. And Sweat and Soap brought me to this point. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think the last book that I want to talk about for this readathon that I know I'm probably most likely going to be reading is The Charm Offensive. And that is just the book that everybody has been screaming about. Like half the people hosting this readathon with us have read this book and are like, it's so good. It has such good rep. All I know is that I think, okay, don't quote me because I don't even have the book in my possession yet, but I think it is like a reality TV show or like some kind of competition or something. I think that is what's happening. And somebody falls in love with somebody else. Like, I'm the worst booktuber ever. I didn't look up anything. I'm sorry. If I could, I would.
You could, though.
I could. I really could.
You want me to look it up?
I mean, I guess I can look it up. Reality dating show.
You're right. You don't even have to edit this part. Just cut it all out.
Really, all I know is that my friends love this book. They have recommended it to me multiple times, and I trust that, so I'm going in. I'm going in for the read. There we go.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that we're like solidly trying to read for this readathon. I think there are going to be a couple of other books that could probably fit into this readathon, but you guys will just have to see what those books are when we do our wrap up at the end of June.
You know, we have this thing we do every month called Movie Night Book Club, and this month we're doing Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda. I think the author is Becky Albertalli.
Okay.
Butchered the last name, but Miss Becky wrote.
Miss Becky.
They wrote this book, and you know, we're gonna watch Love, Simon, and
we
need
this is
something
the thing.
light,
Yes,
you know?
Yes. So the past 2 months have been heavy, and y'all know a lot of movies that are based on books that are in the category of being queer. They're not fun sometimes. Sometimes they're really heavy and they're really sad. So we just wanted to do something fun, lighthearted. And this can even count for one of the prompts on the readathon if you guys want to read it for like the coming of age
it could be
prompt.
a reread.
But yeah, it can obviously fit into the readathon, and we will be watching this movie. So there you go. It's going to be a love story that we can
Root for.
really root for and enjoy. That's going to be the book that we're reading for our book club. If you guys are interested in movie night, go ahead and click that link down below. Join our Discord. We have a fun time. We watch movies. We read books. What more can you want out of life?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, and so now we've got our literature book club. You know, again, I know I've mentioned it, but it's Christine's birthday month, so she gets to pick the book, and she has picked her fave.
Ruby Dixon. All right, so if you guys are sprinting with us for these sprints, you guys know that no one has wanted to read Planets like Ice Planet Barbarians. So I went and did a nice compromise and found another book that Ruby Dixon has written. It is also a 2022 release, and it features a young woman who is 30 years old and a marriage of convenience. So there you go. It's called The Half-Orcs Maiden Bride. Gonna be a fun time. So if you guys are interested in joining our literature book club, you guys can join our reading sprints. It's going to be held on our channel this month. When that will be, we will see.
Exactly.
But that is the book that we're going to be reading, and yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm hoping it will be widely loved by everyone, but
it should be good.
You know, my expectations are down here because who knows? But it is only 190 pages, so
yeah. You know?
And available on Kindle. Not trying to sell you, but you might like it too. Anyway, so that's the book that we're going to be reading for that. And then as far as Fantasy Series goes, Fantasy Series is the Fantasy Series book club that I host with Jess, Rachel, and Nicole Lee. We read Jade City last month. This month, we're going to be reading Jade War. And really, that's all I can say about that. If you guys have not joined Fantasy Series and you want to read this book with us, you can click the link down below. I know for a fact that Stephanie Bookish is going to be like guest hosting that book with us because she's obsessed with the whole entire everything Jade City, Jade War, Jade Legacy, anything that has to do with that. Stephanie Bookish is there. So I know that she will be guest hosting with us, but other than that, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Who hosts? I think that's it, hopefully. I'm just going to be probably mood reading for the rest of the month. And by mood reading...
Not reading our TBR.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
These are all plans, you know? Fun plans.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. What?
Huh? Well, guys, we're excited. You guys know if you have read any of these books, let us know down below. Also, don't forget to let us know which Office character, if I'm Jim. Let
I can't believe you're bringing that up again.
That I am Jim, so we can let that be rested, you know, get that done. Really start the month off right with the understanding that if out of the two of us, Jim or Dwight, I am Jim. And it's fine, you know, if you guys really want to break my heart and call me Dwight.
Don't bait them like this. If it's a popularity contest, you're gonna win.
That's not true, Christine, you know, because we're both chickmunks. Have y'all watched the chick? Okay, anyway. Also, if you haven't, you know, thumbs up the video. It really means a lot to us. And, you know, subscribing really, really means a lot. And also, if you want to watch our videos more, you hit the notification bell, and that tells you when we drop things. And we do occasionally drop things onto the internet. We're also on TikTok and Instagram where we do content there. So
yeah, we do a lot.
And Discord is popping, so join us there too. When I pick up a book, I say I'm reading it there. And I'm like, what? And people are like, it's
Discord.
Good. What?
We're trying, guys. We're trying.
Yeah. So yeah, that is our plan for the month. We'll be talking to you in the future.
Eventually another video will come out. When that will be, only time will tell.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.